Have you ever felt like the weight of the world was crushing you, pushing you to the brink of giving up? What if I told you that the most profound victories often emerge from the deepest valleys of despair? Stick around, because today we're diving into a story that will redefine what you think is possible. If this resonates with you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to join our community of dreamers and doers. The Alchemist's Persistent Pursuit. The desert wind whipped Santiago's worn cloak around him, a constant reminder of the vast, unforgiving expanse he had chosen to traverse. His journey, born from a recurring dream of treasure hidden beneath the pyramids, had transformed from a simple quest into a crucible of his very soul. He had started as a humble shepherd, content with his flock and the familiar rhythms of his life. But the allure of the unknown, whispered into his ears by a mysterious old king, had proven too strong to resist. He sold his sheep, not for immediate gain, but for the promise of a grander destiny. A personal legend, he was told, was waiting to be fulfilled. This concept, initially abstract, had slowly begun to weave itself into the very fabric of his understanding of the world. It was more than just a goal, it was a cosmic calling, a purpose intrinsically linked to the soul of the world. His first setback came swiftly and brutally in Tangier. Robbed of all his money, he found himself stranded, a stranger in a strange land, completely disoriented and despairing. The vibrant, chaotic market, once a source of fascination, now felt like a predatory beast ready to devour him. He could have easily given up, returned to Spain, and resumed his predictable life. The thought was tempting, a comforting siren song promising safety and familiarity. But something, a flicker of the fire the old king had ignited, kept him from succumbing entirely. He remembered the king's words about omens, about the universe conspiring to help those who pursued their personal legends. It was a fragile hope, but enough to push him forward. He found work with a crystal merchant, a man resigned to his monotonous existence, his dreams long buried beneath the weight of practicality. Santiago, with his youthful enthusiasm and unconventional ideas, breathed new life into the dying business, proving to himself and the merchant that even the smallest actions, undertaken with passion, could yield unexpected results. He learned the value of patience, of observing the subtle shifts in the market, and of understanding the unspoken desires of his customers. He also learned the profound lesson that sometimes the journey itself, with all its trials and tribulations, was the true treasure, not the destination. With enough money to return home, Santiago faced another pivotal choice. The comfortable path beckoned, but the desert still called. He had grown, not just financially, but spiritually. He had seen the power of belief, the resilience of the human spirit, and the interconnectedness of all things. The crystal merchant, though initially skeptical, had witnessed Santiago's transformative power, and, in a quiet moment of reflection, even admitted that Santiago had helped him see the possibilities he had long forgotten. This realization solidified Santiago's conviction. His journey was not yet complete. He joined a caravan heading into the vast, treacherous Sahara, a landscape that mirrored the journey within his own soul. The desert, initially daunting, became his greatest teacher. He learned to read the signs of nature, to communicate with the wind, and to understand the profound silence that held ancient wisdom. He encountered love in the oasis, a love that threatened to derail his quest but ultimately strengthened his resolve. Fatima, with her understanding heart and unwavering support, taught him that true love doesn't chain you, but liberates you to pursue your dreams. She became an anchor, a steady light in the shifting sands, a testament to the power of human connection even in the most desolate places. His greatest challenge came when the caravan was caught in the midst of tribal wars. Fear, a cold, suffocating blanket, descended upon everyone. It was in this moment of extreme peril that he met the alchemist, a mysterious figure who could communicate with the desert, transform lead into gold, and heal the sick. The alchemist became his mentor, pushing him beyond his perceived limits, challenging him to look beyond the obvious and to truly listen to his heart. The alchemist taught him that fear was the only true obstacle, and that the universe speaks to us in a language we often forget to hear. He was forced to confront his deepest anxieties, to trust his intuition, and to believe in the impossible. The alchemist's lessons were not merely intellectual, they were visceral, demanding complete surrender to the unknown. He was asked to turn himself into the wind, a seemingly impossible task, a test of his faith in the universal language. It was a moment of profound doubt, a confrontation with his own limitations. Yet, fueled by the alchemist's unwavering belief and his own deep-seated desire to fulfill his personal legend, he found the courage to attempt the impossible. He learned to speak the language of the wind, the sun, and even the hand that wrote all. It was a testament to the idea that true power lies not in external circumstances, but in the internal transformation of one's own perception and belief. Finally, after enduring countless trials and tribulations, Santiago reached the pyramids. He dug tirelessly, his hopes soaring with every shovelful of sand, only to find nothing. Exhausted, defeated, and utterly heartbroken, he was assaulted by a group of refugees. In their cruel interrogation, one of them, mocking his foolish quest, recounted his own dream of treasure buried in a ruined church in Spain, precisely where Santiago's journey had begun. It was a moment of profound irony, a full circle that brought tears to his eyes. The treasure wasn't at the end of the earth, it was always where he had started, but he needed the journey, the experiences, and the transformation to truly see it. He returned to Spain, to the humble ruined church, and there, beneath a sycamore tree, he found a chest overflowing with ancient gold coins and precious jewels. It was more than he could have ever imagined. The journey had been long and arduous, filled with moments of despair and doubt, but it had ultimately led him back to where he began, a transformed man, richer not just in material wealth, but in wisdom, experience, and an understanding of the profound interconnectedness of life. The true treasure was not merely the gold, but the man he had become along the way, a man who had listened to his heart, to trust the omens, and to believe in the extraordinary power of his own personal legend. He had learned that the universe truly does conspire to help those who dare to pursue their dreams, and that sometimes the greatest treasures are found not by searching far and wide, by looking within and returning to one's roots.